You guys know how I talk a lot of smack, but since the creation of this disc, everyone decided to hate this piece of plastic. And honestly, I never really understood why people dislike the Innova Groove so much. This might be a hot take, but for an overstable distance driver, I don't think it feels that bad. And forehand, I would go out to say it feels alright. And no, I don't put my finger in the indentation. And if you do, please stop. Actually, now that I say it, maybe that's why you people hate this disc so much, because they're stupid enough to actually try that. I'm really hoping not. But if we accept discs like the Banger GT, the Buzz GT, Pig, Ringer, and others, why can't the Groove be acceptable? People talk about the inconsistency between Groove runs, but mine have always been beefy as shit, which is why I bag one. Well, I do it more for the meme, but it does work for me in headwinds, so I like it. I might make dick jokes, but hating on the Groove is low-hanging fruit. Or I've just been hearing the propaganda my entire life. For all you that don't know, one of my uncles is Disc Golf Jesus, who has been bagging an Innova Groove since 2011. You probably have heard of him, as he's the guy who's played a round of disc golf every single day for over 250 days straight. That's not a joke either. This man has played that many days consistently, flexing anti forehands all around the local courses. At this point, you might be wondering why someone would play disc golf every day. Well, the only logical answer, of course, is until Innova makes the Halo Groove, a frisbee we all need. A beefy disc getting even more beefy. Sounds like something they'd sell at Arby's. I mean, they already made the Halo Juggernaut, so it wouldn't be all that crazy. I'm talking about Innova, not Arby's. Don't know if you were able to pick up on that. He's played over 51 courses, barefoot by the way. Not sure why I haven't mentioned that yet, but we'll come back to that. Lost countless number of discs, some coming from the trunk of my car, and the best part, filled with aces. Once a month to be exact, for the past 10 months. I won't steal the thunder from explaining the details, but to put simply, that's pretty cool. Now you just need a couple more, or it'll all mean nothing. Also, I guess it's time to have the great ace debate. Now you don't have to listen to me, just know you're wrong. Here's the Berdogi rules. An ace is an ace no matter the size. I know that just sounds like I have a small dick, but it's a coincidence, I swear. It counts on throw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you get the point. Or if you're that slow, I don't care what throw it was on. If the disc goes in the basket from the launching pad, it counts as an ace. Now you won't catch me sitting there chucking hundreds of discs at a basket, but if that's what gets your dick hard, you do you. Who am I to judge? Well, maybe not out loud, but that's what this channel is for. I have a putting puzzler for you guys. That's like a shower thought, but disc golf version. If someone throws 14 discs at a basket in a row, goes and picks them up, comes back, and on the very next attempt, is that throw 15 or 1? I'm thinking that's the first throw. It should be treated as the first time a person is stepping up to that pad. If you disagree, let's think of it like this. If you're playing around and finish, then decide to play again, that counts as throw 1. Yes? Now what if you play that first round and come back straight to just the hole, let's call it number 6, and throw it and ace it? That counts no issue. Now let's say you're playing around, and after hole 7, you say screw it and come back and play 6 again, and hit it on the first shot. An ace, no worries. Seems like the consensus is, once you finish the hole, it's considered over, and it's reset. Therefore, by that logic, if I throw, let's say 14 drives, miss, come back, I'm starting fresh. Meaning if I threw, I don't know, a yellow zone as my first shot, that counts as a first throw ace. That was a really long way to compensate for this 180-foot ace, but worth it. What the hell is this video even about again? Oh yeah, why people hate the Groove. You can at least tell how much of a shit people care about this disc by how many they are in the used bin. I swear every shop I go to has at least 3 of these things in the $5 bin. Which might be another reason I like them, because I'm cheap as f, so if I can replace it with a Lincoln, it's a great deal. It's also unique. How many people do you know that throw a Groove? I can only think of 2. This is what I'm rooting for. An uprising of Groove lovers across the nation led by Disc Golf Jesus, storming the Innova headquarters demanding for that Halo Groove. No more of this begging. It's time for action. I already have one in the bag to continue spreading the message, but I can't do it alone. We need more members of the army to make the biggest impact we can. Come on guys, if they'll make a Halo Polecat, can we waste some more of Innova's plastic for the Halo Groove? That would be the greatest thing we could do as a community. To think of a bunch of nerds on the internet to get a company to make the most hated disc of all time in Halo plastic? That'd be sick. I think that's what disc golf needs right now. Something to brighten up our spirits again. Shit's gotten dull. In need of a change of pace, and I think this could just be it. At least I'm going to join the guy who's played disc golf for over 250 days straight over anybody else, because that's some crazy shit. The dude has played in hot, rain, cold, snow, freezing temperatures, you name it, he's done it. Come on, Innova, the man's feet hurt. I'm trying to think of what disc deserves to be in Halo before this disc, but I can't think of anything. They already did the Lion, which is the top 5 worst Innova mold of all time. Maybe the V-Rock is next, which would just be gross. I got to play around with Disc Golf Jesus to see why he loved the groove so much. He talked about using the disc as his mid-range. Yeah, that sounds pretty goofy, but he went on to say it just bails out for him quickly and when needed. My translation would be, when he uses such an overstable disc on shots that are shorter, such as these approach shots, the disc wants to find the ground quicker, resulting in perfect approaches for Disc Golf Jesus. If you don't know his game, it can be broken down to forced over forehands, but why change what works? I already been bagging a groove for a minute out of support and a middle finger to everyone talking shit. Hey, this was before the channel started. Still ironic though. Jesus took me to one of his favorite 9-hole courses, which happened to be one of the easiest courses of all time. I mean, stepping up to hole 1 when it's a 350-foot par 5, and I'm in the circle for Albatross. Sure, botched the putt, but you see what the course is like. Good thing I was playing with a guy who throws nothing but drivers, so I didn't have to worry about being ridiculed, which prompted me on hole 3 to throw a groove on the easy short hole. Almost rang it up for the hole-in-one, but there's no way the groove could have done that. Well, something holy must have been in the air, because on the very next hole, Disc Golf Jesus with his very own groove smacked an ace right in front of me. I was in shock, up in the air screaming like every 11-year-old's first Fortnite win. Funny enough, that disc was actually gifted him from a fan who dyed it himself. Shout out Mitch, you're awesome for doing that. Maybe Disc Golf Jesus was onto something with his whole groove thing. Now, I'm not going out recommending anyone to use this thing as their approach disc. I'm not that crazy. But if you need an overstable driver that you can trust in headwinds, I don't see why it can't be the groove. Personally, I have no issue with the grip. It has one purpose for me, to fade. And as long as it keeps giving me finish, I'm okay with it. I feel like you can go with any overstable driver and find success. Like I said, as long as it doesn't accidentally flip, you're chilling. I've never had a problem with the groove. Disc Golf Jesus has never expressed having an issue with one, so I can't comment on the apparent quality issues. To be fair, I've never gotten a groove that wasn't from the use section, but that doesn't make them any less important. Shit, Disc Golf Jesus just found 2 grooves on the course today that he lost months ago. How can you tell me that's a coincidence? Plus, if you throw a groove, you're doing it for a purpose. What would be better than getting a company to make a Halo version of a disc that is supposed to be the most hated? We can all come together and show that even if a disc might be shit, it should still get some love. All I'm saying is, as much as one will complain about the groove, they'll throw all their favorite discs just like it. Like shit, so I don't want to hear it. The best moment I got to experience with a groove was watching Disc Golf Jesus drain an ace in a cafeteria in the middle of an abandoned prison. Yeah, doesn't that just sound dope? Oh yeah, and that one time we asked Simon Lizotte to sign a groove and he wrote this. I would love to know where the hate for the groove started, because I've seen nothing but support for whatever else weird shit is put out. People seriously love the alien, but a groove, that's where the line is drawn? If anything, it's one of those things people were told to hate, so they do. There isn't anyone out there defending the groove besides Disc Golf Jesus, so I'm not going to beat the dead horse with the rest of you people. At least when I shit on the Glitcher Berg, there's a mob of disc golfers ready to save the disc with their comments. Some people are really insecure about their favorite frisbees. And that's why I bag a groove, because as soon as someone talks shit, all I have to do is throw it to shut them up as they realize they have to follow after my groove shot. Nothing better. If we're going to pretend that the sport that is dominated by stoners and loners shouldn't embrace the outcast disc, then you're crazy. This piece of plastic embodies more of us than any other frisbee. Well, at least the disc golfers I grew up with. Now we have Brad and Chaz with their twisted tees running around the course with their speakers blaring yeet instead of fish. But that's okay, because there's room on the course for all of us. I'm for everyone playing and appreciating the sport we all love so much, as long as you can take a joke. I don't need any more people crying in the comments with the point of the videos flying right over their head, but hey, disc golfers, am I right? If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. It's the easiest way to support the channel. Or if you want to see one of the most common disc golf mistakes of all time, check out the video right here.